Okay, so Mickey, are you sure you want to do this? Yes, I'm sure that I want to do this. Okay then. I mean, it's nice in final place in golf, but I didn't expect Wii Sports, but it is what it is, I guess. Okay, so I got the Wii remote right here, so I guess you want to play? Yeah, I guess so, but why are we only using it with one? I'm pretty sure Wii Sports Golf can also just support with multiple players with just one controller. You sure? Yeah, sure. Okay, let's just play. Alright, let's do it. Wow, we suck at this game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because of how hard it is to do it perfectly. And it was just simple. And I don't think about that. We used to be good, but now we suck. And we fell off. Like the show? Oh, shut up. Anyways, you wanna call it a night? I guess so. I think we should start this review. I guess good point. I'll just go over there and watch. Alright, I'm gonna go over there and turn this thing off right now. So just press the power button and alright, it's off. So alright, let's go start with the review. Okay, so you turn it off? Yeah, it's off right now. You can look. It is off. Okay, perfect. So anyways, oh boy, let's just get to it. This might be my controversial review we've ever done since Duties. And I'll explain why. What are my thoughts on the first half of Gilmore movie? I like it. Probably one of Anderson's good movies. One of the rare good ones. Next to Hotel Transylvania and some Leo and Uncut Gems. But I've never seen those movies. But well, since Leo and Hotel Transylvania, I just chose Uncut Gems as one of those movie ones. I think he dies in the end, I think. But wow, spoiling any of that movie? Well, sorry, that's not what we're focusing on. I guess, but anyways, you want to talk about it? Alright, let's just... Anyways, we're gonna make this review short, because if you look at the lighting right now, I want to sleep. So bye. Anyways, here's our review of Happy Gilmore 2. And while we did a Netflix movie, when we were supposed to review K-Pop Demon Hunters, we forgot. I guess so. So all I do is just swing back and forth, and then boing. I guess so, so just move past the side. Anyways, here's the story. Before I do that, I'm going to explain the plot of the first movie. So the first movie is about Happy Gilmore just living out, trying to save his grandma from losing the house, and he enters golf, and he treats Gabe Newsom, the actor, whose name was the Chops in the movie, and then afterwards he just decides to enter golf, fight against Shooter McGavin in a golf tournament, and yada yada yada. Spoiler, Chops dies in the end. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And Hannah Solo wins the end. And they pass. So there's a lot of the second movie. In the plot of the second movie, Adam Sandler is old. He has 4 kids, 1 daughter. I think Vienna's the only one I know of the name. I don't know about the other 4 kids' names. And we'll get to that in the characters. And then we meet the mother, which is Virginia, the girl from the last movie. I don't know if I really count that as a spoiler because that's in the beginning of the movie, but she dies. Yeah, she dies. She's not even in the rest of the movie. She's only there for cameos and stuff. And after that happened, Happy Gilmore just quit golfing, becomes an alcoholic, and yada yada. And then afterwards, he gets the rest, and he basically just wants to come back, and then he realizes he wants to do a new golf, he doesn't wanna, and then he's pissed about it, and now he's gonna do his own golf, Mario Golf style, and then just destroy the old golf, and this one, and just decides to kill it off, and just letting his own gang, just helping him in the long run, and yada yada yada. So one of my thoughts on the story. I'll just say this out of the way. When I first heard about this, I thought this was going to be a repeat. When I first heard about it, I was like, please be God, it is not a repeat. Is this a repeat? Kinda isn't. You replaced you remember in the first movie, his dad died from getting hit with a hockey puck. The second one, spoilers, I don't know what to call that spoilers, it's in the beginning of the movie. His wife Virginia dies from getting hit with a golf hit by Happy himself. So basically he just committed murder. And yeah, now so and everything else is just, I don't know. And there's also trying to save the money instead of saving the house and saving up for Vienna's daughter's dance recital. And I think my arm's gonna come up soon, so I gotta make this quick. And over time, he meets a new villain. Spoiler alert, it's not Shooter McGavin, it's someone named Billy. Because we'll deal with Shooter later in the character section. And mostly with some of the people. The story and everything else, and there's like a lot more stuff that I can list, but we're judging by the lighting right now. We want to make this quick so the continuity of this review doesn't like get overshadowed by the lights not really turned on. So what are my thoughts on the story in this one? And it was this close to being good. I would have been okay, but they kind of had to ruin it with one thing in this. The fact that they had to keep on showing clips from the original, just so remember this, 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 remember this from the original. So here it is. There where they are now. And there's everything aftermath. What happened? What happened to Shooter? He's in a mental institution. What happened to some of the characters are dead? Who the actors are? Some of them, I'm pretty sure some of them you already know who. But and everything else just. Remember that, remember that, remember that, all of that. Remember Ben Stiller? He's still there. No spoiler alert, he finally got what he deserves in the end. The grandma would have been so proud. But I guess, so anyways, yeah, I really got nothing else to say. So, one of my thoughts on the story is just, remember this, remember this, remember this. You took all that out, and you took all those clips, then it would have been fine. But having them in, you lose me. Like, you keep reminding me that this is, remember Happy Gilmore? Here's the sequel. This is the sequel. Remember. Stop it for the love of God. It's annoying. By the time we finish this review, we're probably going to be like 8 by now. We can't even see ourselves on the screen. And this ain't the first time this has happened. So anyways, here's the visual effects or presentation. I don't know what we're calling this. The visual effects, I'm pretty sure it was just the swing golf ball. So we're just gonna focus on the presentation. So, what are our thoughts on it? It's just golf, but I think the highlight about this is the villain Maxi Golf section. That's basically the highlight of the presentation alone. And that's what the final third act of the movie is. It's kind of like the Shooter McGavin and Happy with it's a 5-on-5 thing. Well, technically a 4, but you know. Anyways, that's what they did. Is mostly how they're trying to do the dude perfect style of golf, where they usually do their own thing while the Happy and his team is trying to just trying to play normally with Happy's play techniques. And that's all I gotta say for that one. But the presentation for this, I like how it is, but it kind of shows that Maxi is supposed to be a satire of Prime. Logan Paul and KSI is a Juice, which is kind of relevant with how it ended in the post-credit scene. With spoiler alert, it was recalled. Look how well that turned out. Anyways, I don't know what to say. It's supposed to be like the dude perfect style of Mario Golf. Well, technically, if it was Mario Golf, they would all be using items, but both regular and the original. But we want to play Wii Sports versus Mario Golf team. This is pretty much, we can just do our own version of that, and we probably should. Mario Golf, but I don't even know any Mario Golf because all we have is the N64 one. We don't even have the new one. Whoops. So, well, we can't buy it used because that would break our Switch too. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll figure it out. Anyways, I'll just overall, there's really not much to say for the presentation because all it is mainly focusing on the end. And it's the final act with all the big tournaments. So everything else is just basic, and that's all I needed. I really got nothing else to say, so this might be it. Weird that we've been doing this, and for once we have not used our Wii remotes once. And what I mean by that is mostly how this thing has been showing up lately in this review. Why are we looking at the sunset? Because it's our life. We always look at it. Here are the characters. Okay, well, I'm gonna go through a bunch. Let's just get the obvious ones out of the way. Let's talk about the characters that died. How are we there? All the people that died in the movie, they are mostly shown in the gravestones where in the middle of the movie, Shooter and Happy Gilmore are fighting on them, and the only ones they show was Bob Barker, Carl Weathers, and for Bob Barker they did he got his hand shoved in the end, and then there was also Carl Weathers, shows they were lying. Well, he does show up in the end. Well, basically all the dead people show up in the end of the movie, like what they ended in the first one. With Chubbs, Abraham Lincoln, and the alligator. And then there are everyone else that also died, even one of them that's basically dead in this movie. So, everything else, and yeah, and there's also the jackass line, and there's also the one of the ladies that fell, and then there's also, yeah, the big guy, the one with the nail on his head. That's character in the movie, in the last movie. The rest needs to go, but at least we have a son. Still does the same thing. And yeah, it still sounds nails. It was kind of disappointing, but yeah. And yeah, and everything else, man. So now let's just talk about the arrest. Happy Gilmore himself. What do you think about him? It's just Adam Sandler, nothing else special. Moving on. Yeah, at least compared to the other Adam Sandler characters, like Billy Madison, which I have not seen, and Leo, the Dracula, that guy from 8 Crazy Nights, what was his name again? I don't know, Whitey, or the other guy, I don't know. And to be honest, I honestly don't know. It's just mostly how everything is in the long run, and to be honest, it's just, I don't know, it's just, I got nothing. So, it's just Adam Sandler being Adam Sandler, nothing else. Product placement included. Sponsored by Subway. Anyways, yeah, I got everything else. Now let's talk about Shooter McGavin. Oh, Shooter McGavin is a big spoiler. He is not the villain of the movie. And I'll just say this. Thank God. I hope the camera isn't blurry the whole time because of the light right now. We gotta hurry this up. Thank God he's not a very paid villain. He just helps him now. And yeah, so... yeah, because he was in the mental institution after running away from the jacket. And the last movie, again, remember, they showed a clip of that. And yeah, everything else is just... yeah, I kind of prefer him this than the original, but eh. But anyways, I just want to say, everything else, let's talk about... Virginia's dead, so we're just gonna skip her, because she's not a part of the story anymore. And not about the kids. The 4 boys, I don't know their names, and mostly they're all the goddamn same. So we're just gonna move on to Vienna, the daughter, which is the only one that has a character. So I'm gonna talk about it. Vienna is honestly, Vienna is the daughter that wants to do a dancing recital. The boys, thank God the boys don't pick on her. They're just part of the family because, again, they're hockey fans. So, yeah, she's in a dance recital and just wants to go to Paris for the $300, which is the replacement for the house saved. Because, again, he lost it. He's downhill. He's alcoholic. He went back up. He went down again. And then everything else is right now. I think we forgot to mention that in the story. Because if you keep forgetting about this, you keep comparing us to the first one. So, it's a sequel. I have to. Whatever. So, anyways, yeah, that's probably the best character in the movie. But there's some villains. Let's talk about him. Max. He's weird. I don't know what is happening. He's just weird. And then there's also Billy, supposed to be the new villain, Shooter McGavin, to be the next Shooter McGavin, by trying to replicate Happy Gilmore. Okay, is it just me when I'm recording this? It feels like I'm on a movie, and it feels like I'm going 60 frames per second. Because usually this is 30. But I digress. It's not too much, by the way, because it would have been 120, but whatever. Anyways, so I got nothing else to say, so, everything else. What about the cameos? Oh, the cameos. The one guy in the sports night, the guy from Hot Ones, Guy Fieri, or Ferrari, whatever the hell his last name is pronounced. Everything else, they're just there. But, what's this? But at least they got mentioned in the ending, like they did last time, with all the people that died. The jackass, even the one that died from all those alligators. Jackass, at least he got a karma for his dad. Which I'm pretty sure all the dead things in there were probably the actors that died during that time. So, yeah, but at least it's not like they did with Beetlejuice too, with Jeffrey Jones, but we'll talk about that one. So, yeah, overall, I really got nothing else to say. Overall, the characters are just, they're just themselves. There's really nothing else to say. But yeah, just really, I really got nothing else to say. This really are a controversial review. I guess so. It is really almost night, so we gotta hurry this up. All right, let's just end this because I don't know. So overall, my characters are just themselves. So, but at least, oh, what about Johnny, the one that drinks the hand side? I don't like him. He's okay. All right, overall, the characters are just themselves. Moving on. I was really nice outside, and I was this close to having to stand up, but for some reason, the phone decides to run out of storage. So we're gonna make this quick in the end. So overall, this Happy Gilmore 2 is pretty much sucks, but they want this to say this. I want this to be good. It was this close. But the story, it would have been fine if they don't keep on reminding me about the first one every goddamn time. And the presentation's basic, and the characters, I like all of them. I think we forgot to mention Ben Stiller. He ain't relevant in the story. So, anyways, I guess. But anyways, my recommendation is just watch the first one instead. Just watch it once, and then just watch the first one. And you will remember the first one. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna forget about this one, but it ain't my fault. It was just saying, remember the goddamn first one, and you will remember that because we reference that a lot. Now I see why people have a problem with the Mario movie. Now this is worse because they keep on reminding me clips of the first one. But whatever. Anyways, my rating for this before I was running out of storage, I'm just gonna say I'm giving this a 5. It would have been higher if they didn't keep on referencing the goddamn first movie every time with those clips. So this might be our controversial review next to the John Wick one, but it is what it is. And it's also night at night. I'm going to sleep. So you want to go back to playing golf? I guess so. I'll just go. Alright. I'm just gonna go now. Oh, Mickey, you somehow made a nice decision by having the curtains on, because we kind of had them closed the whole time. We always have them closed when we do this. Good point. So, ready to play some more Mario Golf? We're playing Wii Sports Golf, but yes, we're ready to play more. Alright, so, wait, did we leave that on the whole time when we did the review? No, I had the power off. Okay, it was weird because I saw it was orange. It should have been like red. We had that. I don't know what's up with that, but let's just go back, turn it back on. Yeah, I will. All right, we'll play some more Wii Sports Golf. Hoping we'd be better than Adam Sandler. I highly doubt that, but you do you, I guess.